Hi, welcome back to Home Videos Part 2. I hope you're good at threading needles because I know that can be the most frustrating thing. So go ahead, take one of your needles out of your sewing kits. I've picked a different color thread to my material just because it makes it easier for you to see where you've been threading, okay? So you might want to go ahead and pick a different color thread. And when you're ready, we're going to start sewing. So I'm starting right at the top, and you can see that I've just inserted my needle just a little bit into the fabric, and I'm going to pull it through. Now I made sure that I had enough cotton to work with. So I'm just giving it a good pull through. Now I'm going to cut it off. First thing I need to do is I need to make a knot because I want to make sure that I don't pull it all the way through. So now you should have two ends. Don't put this end too short because it will make it hard for you to tie it off. You can use it when it's a bit longer and then just cut it off. Okay, so just like you learned to tie your shoes last week, we're going to go ahead and do the beginning stages of our shoe tying to make a knot. And you're just going to do that a few times, okay? So I've got 1, 2, I'm going to do a third time for luck. There you go. Can you see how it's holding in there? Now I've got my needle, I've got my thread, and I'm ready to go. This is a really nice time to sit with your child. It's a really nice activity to do with your child because the patience, the calmness, you can put on some music to do it together. I'm going to put my scissors out the way. Just keep putting it through the fabric and pulling it through to the other side. You're going to do in and out. You're going to do this all the way to about here because we need a small space to stuff our hand puppet. Okay, so don't do it all the way to the end. Stop just about here. Okay, my friends, so you can see here where I've gone all the way around the outside, but I've stopped right here to leave just a little opening, okay? Just a small opening. I've still kept my needle and thread on, ready to go. You can tie this off if you want to and cut it away. You're gonna tie it off just the same way that we started, okay? So think back to tying your shoes. Think back to how we make a knot, okay? And mummies and daddies will definitely be there to help you. If you want to cut it away and tie it off and then rethread it and come back on, you're more than welcome to. But I'm just gonna leave it down to one side, okay? So using some filler, and you can use paper towel, you can use toilet paper, you can use cotton wool. I have some old stuffing here. You're just gonna open up the little gap and pop it inside. Now I have left a very, very tiny hole, so I'm just gonna use my thumb to keep threading it in. And you're going to do this until it's stuffed full. So you can see that mine is stuffed all the way to the end. Mums and dads, I would just like to remind you that sewing is a type of activity that can help your child's fine motor skills develop, as well as their eye and hand coordination. It can also calm their bodies. So please be sure to do this activity with them. And if they're K5s, once you've got them started, allow them to work independently, just for a few minutes at a time. Of course, when you get to the tricky parts, you can be there to help. You can see that I'm just tying it off to the end now. I'm just finishing off the sewing. I'm going to put this part way through. You see how I have my thread? So now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to tie it together, okay? There we go. Just to tie it off. I'm going to do this a few times. Perfect. Once you've done that and you've got your knot, go ahead and cut it away. There are loose pieces of thread here, and that's okay. You can tidy it up at the end. Now you have to decide, what do you want your hand puppet to look like? You could use some buttons to put on some eyes. You could make a mouth. You could just use markers. You could even be really creative and use other pieces of fabric. Have fun. If you were working with the dolly outline, you're going to be doing the same thing, okay? You might want a darker colored thread so you can see where you start and where you finish. You're going to go from the top. Don't cut here where you had your fold. You're going to go all the way around, and just here on the end, leave a little patch so that it's open for you to be able to stuff it. I cannot wait to see how creative you are. I cannot wait to see the finished products. So please be sure to leave a video of the one that you complete. And boys and girls, if you want to be really creative, you can even use some wool for hair. Have fun. Bye-bye.